I want to start a Christian vegan ASMR YouTube channel called Hums, Hymns, and Hummus. Do you like it? You snorted!
Oh my god! Wait, what was it? What would it be called?
Hums, Hymns, and Hummus.
Hums, Hymns, and Hummus. Yes.
And then the catchphrase could be whispering healthy treats and Jesus deets.
Did you come up with this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Do you like it?
Yes.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Birdwatching Podcast, where we ask chicks questions to get answers for you guys. Today I have a very special guest. Her name is Emalee Averyn. What's up, Emily?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. All right, so the first thing we do on the show is we do a rooster review. So we try out a beverage, give it a rating, 1 to 10, give a decimal, because no decimals is rookie scores.
Okay.
So like 8.4, 5.3.
Sounds good.
Easy peasy.
I can do that, yeah.
All right, so tear off the lid from your bug juice. Guys, we're trying out the Little Hug fruit barrels today because Emily is not 21.
Not yet.
Okay, I'm actually
these are harder than
I'm having a tough time.
How are kids supposed to open these? Okay, I'll just go with that.
I'm gonna use my teeth.
Okay.
All right, dink it and sink it.
Ew. I don't like it.
There's like no flavor to it.
I feel like there's too much flavor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have COVID.
I don't have a sweet tooth, so I'm gonna give this like a 2.3.
2.3.
Yeah.
That is literally record lowest score ever.
Yeah, that's bad.
I think I'm gonna go. I still think it's good. It tastes like, I would compare it to like a sugary. Well, I don't even know, like a Capri Sun almost, but like not as good.
Capri Suns are way better.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 4.7. So not great. I'd say probably leave it on the shelf, unless you're really craving something very specific to this. It's probably not worth your time.
I mean, the packaging is cute. I like that it's a little barrel. I mean, you could put other stuff in it that would look better.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's true. What would you put in this? Like another drink or like a flower vase? What are you thinking?
I was thinking another drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not that. That's just sugar water.
Yeah, not great. I'm not super impressed, but I don't know. I'll finish it.
I'll sip on it.
Dope. All right, let's learn a little bit about you, Em. Let's talk about, kind of growing up, high school, family life, all that stuff. But we'll start, kind of from the beginning. So tell me kind of first chapter, what was that like for you? So growing up, family life.
So I'm adopted.
Nice.
I was adopted the day I was born, so I didn't go through the foster care system or anything. But my little sister is also adopted, and her and I are not biologically related. So growing up, people just always asked so many questions about that. But in the end, we both knew, like, we're all family. Like, blood didn't make you family. And so growing up was pretty normal. I mean, middle class family living in one of the largest suburb areas in the country. So
Where at?
Highlands Ranch, Colorado.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Tell me about high school. Did you go to high school in Colorado then?
Yeah, so my high school was actually right across the street from my house, so it was
whoa.
easy. I still drove though because I was lazy, and once I got my license, I was like, I'm gonna pull up to school in my little Nissan Murano, which was a piece of shit, but
but it was yours. It was a car.
Exactly. Her name was Tina. She was cute, but
you named her.
Yeah, I blew the transmission a few too many times, but
had to get rid of her.
Yep.
Do you think it's more common for girls to name their cars than guys? Because I don't really know that many guys who name their cars, but I do know a couple girls that have.
All my girlfriends like named their cars, and like mine were always girl cars, and like my one friend, hers were always boys. And so, I mean, it was just different. But yeah, I never knew a guy to name his car.
No, I don't either. And I think if a guy did name his car, it'd definitely be a girl. Like his car would be a girl.
You know, actually, one of my ex-boyfriends, he named his car Kelsey.
Oh,
and I was like, why do you have to name it a girl name? Like,
why can't it be like Jeremy?
And like, why Kelsey? Do you know Kelsey?
Yeah, is
like,
she cute?
Yeah.
Is she cute to me?
Exactly.
Tell me about college. You're in college right now. Where are you at?
I'm at Grand Canyon University. I'm a sophomore, so it's my second year, and so far I love it. I mean, the first year was hard because COVID was happening, but we were still half online, half in person. So I got a semi-normal experience compared to a lot of other places, but making friends was super easy the first year, and then kind of drifted away from those people and made really good new friends this year. So I'm starting to love it a lot more.
What do you think the difference was making friends freshman year to sophomore year? Do you think it was just like first year you kind of make friends with whoever you meet, and then the second year you're a little bit more picky about who you hang out with?
I think so. I think, well, going into college, you're like, I don't know anyone. Like, there's 27,000 new kids that go to this school, and like trying to find your place in the world in college is like, it's not easy.
Right.
So, I mean, making friends last year was super easy. I mean, anyone I met, I was like, we're friends. Like, what's your Snapchat? What's your Instagram?
Right,
or like,
yeah.
you'd pass people and you'd be like, oh, I follow that person on Instagram, but I don't know anything about them.
Right.
And now this year I've like unfollowed all the people I don't know, and I started following people that I actually consider friends to me, that I care about. And I started having more conversations like over the phone with people, hanging out with new people that I probably wouldn't have last year. So I'm like, I need to be more extroverted this year, because last year I was very introverted and wouldn't go out as much and only had a close knit of friends. And then this year, being outgoing has honestly saved me. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Dope. I heard a statistic when I was a freshman, and I actually didn't believe it the first time I heard it, but definitely after I graduated, so true. So they say if you're friends with 100 kids your freshman year, by your sophomore year, it'll drop down to 50. And then by your junior year, it's like down to 25. And then by the time you're a senior, it's like 10 to 15, maybe. Like 5 to 10, 10 to 15, somewhere in there. And I was like, there's no way. Like, I know all these kids my freshman year, super close with all of them. We get along really well. And then by the time I was a senior, I was like, oh, man, it's just me and these other 10 guys. And then after you leave, it's like 5.
See, and I feel like I'm already at the point where it's like I have maybe 25 friends total, or that people I would consider friends at least. Like, I have all these acquaintances, but I don't talk to them. I don't hang out with them. And honestly, I like it better that way, because I'd rather have fewer close friends than 100 acquaintances that don't really care about me.
No, yeah, right. Because the people that you actually care about, those are the ones that you want to be around. Acquaintances are only cool for like, oh, hey, what's up, when you're at a party or something like that. You say what's up, but that's pretty much it. Yeah,
and like weeding out those people that are toxic or don't like prioritize you as a friendship.
Yeah.
Just makes sense to get rid of them.
Right, not worth your time.
Yeah.
Waste of time. Tell me a little bit about, did you date in high school at all, or did you wait until college to date?
I did date in high school. I had 4 boyfriends.
Same time?
Yeah, at the exact same time. I had 4 boyfriends at once, and it was like, Tuesday night I'll go with boyfriend number 1.
Right, good for you.
One of them I dated twice. Each time it was like a month. So, but he's one of my bestest friends now, and we realized like, that didn't really work out. I had another boyfriend, dated for a few months, and like I fall so hard. So like even breaking up after 3 months, I was like devastated.
Right.
And then I only had one serious boyfriend, which was the entirety of my senior year, and then we broke up before college. And so I think that was another reason why I didn't really enjoy freshman year, because I was so depressed over this boy who didn't want to do long distance. So
he was the one who didn't want to do long distance, and you were kind of like,
yeah,
this sucks.
Yeah.
Because you were about it.
Oh, yeah. I was like head over heels for him. But like looking back now, I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I was so sad.
Yeah. I mean, it happens though. Like when you're in the moment, it feels so much more serious, especially in high school. I remember dating girls in high school, or even going into school. I dated a girl my first semester freshman year, and I was like, I took a vow to like, I'm not partying, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything crazy. Like I would FaceTime her like way too much. Like looking back now, I was like a nut job. Yeah. But I was so into her. And then she ended up breaking up with me because of long distance. And then after that, I didn't date anybody in college.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I'm staying single, focusing on myself. Whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it.
That's exactly how I've been. After we broke up, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to waste my time on people. So if I find someone that I really like I'll put in the effort and sacrifice time for that person. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, what can you do if they don't want to be with you? Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. Who is your most recent boyfriend? Have you dated anybody in college since? My most recent like actual boyfriend was the guy I dated senior year of high school, but I was talking to a guy for about 4 months this year, and then that just recently ended. So, but we never officially dated.
So kind of just like a fling?
Yeah.
Was it long term? How long was it?
I don't know. I feel like I was more into it than he was, but I mean, super cool guy, like still want to be friends with him. So
Are you the type of person that, like, if you break up, have you ever had like a nasty breakup, or usually it ends on good terms and you're still kind of homies?
Usually when it first happens, it's like not good terms,
Yeah, like,
because
F you.
I'm always the one getting broken up with, so I'm like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Even though, like, all I do is give. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if it's like I feel like I need to buy people's affection, but like I'll buy them gifts, I'll offer to pay for dinner, I'll give them rides, I offer to drive everywhere, and I feel like it can be overbearing for a lot of people. So I'm like, maybe I should just tone it back, focus on myself. But
I don't know, because I feel like if you found the right guy and he was into you as much as you were into him, it would work out perfectly. Like, if you were always caring, always affectionate, he's going to back that up. Like, if you're giving 100% and somebody else is giving 50, that's when it gets like overbearing. It's like, oh, she's too much. But if somebody else is giving you 100%, then it's like appreciated even more. It's like, wow, she does care about me, probably more than anybody else, like, in the world.
yeah, and that's what I've realized is like the right guy is going to give as much as I do.
Right.
And so once I find that, then I'm like, I'm set.
Right, exactly.
So.
But no rush. I mean, focus on yourself until that point, and then once you find the right guy, make it happen and be you as much as you can, because I think that's a great quality to have if it's used in the right relationship.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
A dope. All right, so we do have a caller. A girl out of Minnesota called in and has a question specifically just for us. So I'm going to play it off, and then we're going to listen to it, and then we're going to give an answer to her question. Sounds Gucci?
Gucci.
All right, here it is.
This is Sydney from Minnesota, and my question for the Birdwatching podcast is, do guys care if girls have a lot of guy friends?
Okay. So the question was, do guys care if girls have a lot of guy friends? And I'm assuming she's meaning like while they're dating.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. Because
Yeah.
like if you guys are just friends, then why does it matter? You're just
Yeah.
another one of her friends.
Right. I would say, I don't know. I think it comes down to if the relationship is strong and I don't have any insecurities about like trust issues with her, then I don't care who she hangs out with. Like if I totally trusted her and, you know, she's hanging out with like some of her best buddies that she met, especially if she met them before me, like who am I to say like, oh, you can't hang out with Jared or whatever. It's like, that's your friend. If it's your friend, who cares? If I have had issues with like loyalty in the past or like not her being like dependable in situations, then maybe it would irritate me. But I think it's a specific situation issue, you know?
I mean, I don't really know how guys feel about it from, I mean, I don't know, from like past experience. I had a boyfriend who did not care at all.
About like what you did?
Yeah, didn't care
okay.
who I was hanging out with, and I almost wanted him to be a little jealous. I was like, hey, like I'm gonna go hang out at this party, like there's gonna be guys there, and he'd be like, okay, go have fun. And I'm like, don't you want to come and like, I don't know,
protect me?
Yeah, protect me,
yeah,
kind of.
I know what you're saying.
And
or just like be there, like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, right.
Like I'm your girlfriend, like you could care a little bit, cause like, oh, in high school I was always the jealous type, like.
Oh really?
You can't hang out with girls one-on-one, and now like that I'm in college, I'm like, why should I care? Like if they're gonna go do that, they're gonna go do that. I can't
stop them.
Exactly. And I'm
Right.
like, I don't see them as a threat. Like I'm confident enough in myself. Like if you want me, you want me. If you don't, you don't. And then I'm gonna move on.
Right.
So.
Yeah. No, I think I'm the same way. I would say more so specific situations. I don't know if I was ever like I don't think I really lean towards like the jealous type, because I always was trying to be like over conscientious about not being the jealous type, because I hated it for myself. If a girl was ever like that, the relationship never worked out. So moving forward, I was always trying to be you know, more trusting, but I did have certain like relationships, especially in high school, that I didn't really trust her. Things would come out, friends would tell me like, hey, she did this, she did that, and then I was like, dang. Anytime that she was going to a movie like with her friends and there was like guys there, in the back of my mind I'm always thinking, is something else going on? Is she trying to like make something else happen? But I mean, if I totally trust her, I don't really care who you hang out with.
Well,
and
yeah.
I'd probably want to be there, like you said. Like I would kind of want to be there with her anyways. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, my point of view used to be like glass half empty, because I mean, you see people who have been married for 20 years and then someone cheats and they get divorced. And I'm
Right.
like, if we're just dating in high school, like easily you could do that.
Facts.
But now I'm like, you know what? This is the time where people are starting to like settle down and find that person that really does care about them. And if they care about them the way that they should, then it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think we're in the same boat on that one. All right. Let's talk a little bit about work. Do you work right now in school, or are you just focusing on studies?
I'm focusing on studies. I'll work in the summer and save all my money, and then I use that
tuition?
throughout. Yeah, and then I make money on TikTok, so
Heyo.
yeah, once a month I'll get that nice check.
Heyo. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's dope. I'll throw your TikTok handle right here for everybody to go follow you. All 22 of my subscribers. I got you.
Everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. No. So what do you do over the summers to make money for paying off tuition?
For a few summers I was a lifeguard, and then I got fired from that job because they thought I was drinking on the job.
Were you?
No, it was water out of a Hydro Flask, and I was like, you can breathalyze me like right now, because it was this like prestigious neighborhood. It was like gated and everything, and one of the moms like contacted my boss because she saw me drinking out of a water bottle.
What?
And so they
That
didn't
is
even
so weird.
they didn't even tell me I was fired. They literally just took me off the schedule, removed me from the group chat, and I was like, wow, okay.
Like, what the
But they
heck?
were also having minors sell alcohol to the adults there, because in Colorado you can be 18 to sell alcohol to people, but they
Oh,
were having
okay.
us like, we were 16
Oh,
selling
shoot.
alcohol. Yeah.
So they were like kind of crossing a line. They were probably just trying
Yeah.
to cover their own butt then. Like
Because
any sort of situation like that.
I've had issues with them before, and I was like, I'm going to say something, but I never got around to it because I was like, I'm 16. What are they going to do?
Right.
But I definitely should have. And then I babysit, which I hate. I don't enjoy children. So this upcoming summer, I'm going to try to do something different.
What would you like to do over the summers? Not like career job, but what sounds fun to make? Let's just say like $20 an hour.
Honestly, a bev cart girl.
Really?
At a golf course. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 20, so I can sell alcohol in Colorado when I'm there for the summer. And
Right.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be fun driving a little golf cart around all the time, making
Heck yeah.
drinks. Yeah.
In the sun,
Well,
hanging out with your friends.
and they make a lot of money in tips.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I was like,
Especially
I can,
nicer courses.
I can flirt with some old men for
Yeah.
some cash.
Yeah, we did an episode. I did an episode, the second one, and she was a bev cart girl, and she was
Really?
kind of telling me like the stories about. There's like definitely like people that she looks forward to seeing, members on the course that are always like, "Hey, Hannah, whatever," say hi to her. But then she was saying every single day she runs into like old creepy guys.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's the downfall, but I think it'd be fun driving around on a golf cart and just
Yeah.
like selling beer, selling food.
Well, and, like, there's a golf course close to my house where like a lot of the Broncos players
Dope.
they go and play, and I'm like, I can slide in there and give you guys some drinks.
Yeah, right. That's dope. What's the dream job down the road? Because you're kind of talking about college major a little bit, but what would you like to see yourself doing at like, let's say 30, like when you're established?
I want to be a pilot for Southwest Airlines.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you gonna get into aviation school?
No, you don't have to actually at all. I mean, you don't even have to go to school if you want to be a pilot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just have to put in like hours or something.
It's all about hours. So like right now I'm going to school for forensic psychology just because I'm like, it's fun, it's interesting, and I want that college experience. And then, I mean, one summer I can get my pilot's license, my private pilot's license, and you start off flying little Cessna 170s. I think
Right.
it is 175. I'm probably wrong, and people are gonna make fun of me, but
I don't know.
they're just
I don't
these
think I
small
have-
planes.
Right.
But
I don't have a ton of airplane fanatics
Yeah.
as subscribers, but
and then you just kind of like work your way up, and it
Right.
takes a lot of time. But
I got a buddy out in New York who's doing that right now, and he started whatever I think he went to school for it, but then after that he like did the hours and stuff, and I think his end goal is to like do the like UPS, Amazon stuff where you do like international like cargo flights. I think that's where you like make the most money.
so much money. I
Yeah.
mean, we have a friend who, like my family does, he is a pilot for Southwest Airlines, and he didn't even graduate college, didn't
Oh,
even get
really?
his bachelor's or anything, got accepted his first year. He's making $400,000. And
What?
the thing is with pilots, you can only fly 100 hours a month.
So it's like union. Like
They
have, like,
limit you,
union
yeah.
limits, yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're flying more than that and you get tired, I mean, you have 700, or not 700, but like 200 people on
Right.
a flight that their lives are depending on you.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No drinking out of a hydro flask when you're flying the plane.
Yeah, I definitely won't.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Fired midair.
Yeah, right. So you were telling me a little bit about TikTok. You said you do TikTok right now, and you actually make a little bit of money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say your page totally blew up. You're at like, I don't know, 10 to 15 million followers, and you're making enough money to live off of. Could you see it as a long-term thing, or will it always just be kind of a phase?
See, I've always thought about that, like with other influencers. I'm like, you guys are in your early 20s right now. You're making
Right.
all this money. You have 17 million followers or whatever. But like, are you going to continue making these videos when you have a family? Like, is this going to turn into like the Ace family kind of thing?
Oh,
like
yeah.
one of those stupid family YouTube channels. And I'm
Right.
like, people are done watching those. So like, what are you really gonna do? Like, are you gonna be like showing people how to knit when you're in your 60s?
No.
Well, and I feel like TikTok, we don't know how long it's gonna last. It blew up so fast. At first it was Musical.ly and that died off, and so we don't know what will come next and how people will be able to like handle this new social platform.
Right.
So I mean, Instagram's almost done. So
Like
I mean,
on its way out, you think?
yeah,
You think something is going to like replace it, or what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I have all these companies that will like reach out to me and they're like, hey, we're trying to like replace Instagram and like we're a new photo and video app, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, no one's going to like switch from Instagram to this new app that no one's using. But at the same time,
Eventually.
a lot of people are like deleting their Instagrams. You're getting less likes on stuff because people are realizing just scrolling through pictures isn't as fun as like going on TikTok and watching a 7-second long video, because everyone's attention span is so much lower now. Like there will be a video and it's like, wait 30 seconds to see the results, and I'm like, skip.
Yep.
Like
no,
I'm done.
Seriously.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So
Literally.
I mean, for me personally though, like looking into the future, if I was able to make a living off of the money I make on TikTok, I probably would still have something to lean back on, because I mean, without the internet, like then there's no career. It's
Right.
gone. So I definitely would still be a pilot, maybe make videos about that. But
Oh, cool. Not a bad transition. It could,
yeah.
honestly, if you establish a decent following, you could always come back to it as like a side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem with it is I know that like the algorithm encourages you have to keep posting consistently. So I think if you stop for like a couple months, I'm sure it would take a hit on the account.
It has.
Have you done that before? Have you taken a break from TikTok and you come back and you're like,
It's so hard to get back like
Really?
on track. Yeah, even taking a break for a week, I'm like, oh, these videos are not doing very well.
right.
But like after that breakup, senior year of high school, I went on my Instagram and deleted 20,000 followers.
On
I just-
Instagram?
Yeah,
How many Instagram followers do you have right now?
well, my account got hacked this summer and was like held for ransom, and I had around 20,000 then,
Okay.
because I was able to build it back up, and then
Right.
because it got hacked, I had to create a new one, and it was like
Bummer.
I paid the ransom and he didn't give it back. So that was like a dumb blonde moment for
You
me.
paid the ransom to the guy?
In Bitcoin, yeah.
How much was it?
At first he wanted 500 and I was like, I can't do that. I was like coming up with all these lies.
Right.
Like, I don't have that kind of money. And then he was like, fine, 100. And I was like, okay, here you go. And I paid him in Bitcoin. And it was actually my boss that paid him. And so he didn't pay me for that day to babysit.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then I never got it back. And I was like, are you kidding me?
What?
But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I should have thought about that.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
some guy around the world is like doing this to all these people. Like you could see his Bitcoin, like,
Transactions?
yeah. And it was just thousands and thousands of all these people giving him money. And it was like, holy crap.
Yeah, he's got a good side hustle. Maybe get
Yeah.
on TikTok and start doing that.
I know. I need to start hacking people.
Yeah, right.
But so I created a new one, and it is at almost 3,000 followers. So
Wow. Okay. Good for you. I mean, that sucks though. I mean, nobody wants to get into that situation. I don't know how you would resolve that though. Like just being in that, how do you get that back? I feel like he's never going to give it back. There's nothing you can really do other than
the account doesn't exist anymore.
he
So
deleted it.
completely deactivated.
Bummer.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And like you can't contact Instagram. They have the worst customer service. You
Right.
can't call, you can't do live chat or anything. And so they're like, yep, sorry.
Yeah. I had the same issue with YouTube. My YouTube page got taken down. I had like close to 50,000 subs. And then it was a weird issue with like my high school email that was connected to it. My high school deletes emails after like 4 years.
So does ours, yeah.
Yeah, my email got deleted and then my YouTube account got taken down. Then I finally figured out how to get it back and they were like, no, we just permanently deleted it like last weekend. Sorry, we can't do anything about it.
Oh my gosh.
So now we're here doing Birdwatching podcast.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I mean, silver lining though. It's kind of where I want to be anyways. I'd rather do podcasting than I was doing like vlogs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun for a while. It was fun for like college. I had like all the memes and stuff. I'd do like 2 a week. And now I'm just kind of in a different place where podcasting makes more sense. But
Yeah, I see podcasts blowing up a lot recently.
facts.
Like, they're everywhere.
Mhm.
So
They are getting big. Cool beans. All right, so next segment we're going to do business propositions. So I'm going to name off 3 businesses for you, different companies that I want to get started. You're going to tell me which one makes the most sense and which one you'd invest in.
okay.
So the first one, I want to start a Christian vegan ASMR YouTube channel called Hums, Hymns, and Hummus. Do you like it? You snorted!
Oh my god! Wait, what was it? What would it be called?
Hums, Hymns, and Hummus.
Yes.
And then the catchphrase could be whispering healthy treats and Jesus deets.
Did you come up with this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Do you like it?
Yes. I would not invest.
No,
but
okay.
yeah.
Okay, but you do like the concept.
Yes.
All right, we'll try the next one. This one's a little bit more simple. This is a Broadway-themed crab shack called Break a Leg. You like that one too, huh? Oh, so funny.
Okay.
And here's your third one. I want to start a sports management company that focuses on finding the greatest unknown golfers around the world. It's called Diamond in the Rough.
I know exactly what that Diamond in the rough.
So out of those three, which one do you think is the moneymaker? Which one do you think we can make some cash on?
Oh gosh, probably the break a leg one, only because I mean, there's so many theater kids out there who would be like, Broadway and crab? Okay, I'm in.
That's right up my alley.
I mean, personally, I hate Broadway. I hate shows like that. I hate musicals. So I wouldn't invest.
Yeah.
But I think that's the moneymaker. The one I would invest in is probably the golf one. Because, you know, there's so many, like, people out there who love golf, who play golf.
True.
Young and old. And so finding those people and then realizing, like, oh, these people are good. The next Tiger Woods. Like,
Right.
You'd make more money off of that.
I think so, too. I think it'd be tough to start a sports... Like, if we're actually talking... I think sports management company would be tough to get started, but if you already had a platform or some sort of name in like the golf industry, then you could absolutely like get away with it.
Well,
it could
yeah,
take off.
and because there's so many different sport management companies out there, like
True.
people who are like, oh, I want to start this sports business. I'm like, okay, but think of all the others that are the exact same as you. So what are you going to do to stand out? But like
Yeah.
a Broadway crab restaurant, yeah, that's rare. I wonder if there even is one out there, but
I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of one, but I think the name definitely goes well with it. You know.
But at the same time, the hymns, hummus.
Hums, hymns, and hummus.
Yeah, I mean, Christianity is the biggest religion, so you'll
Yep.
definitely have people watching that. But if they're not vegan, then
Right.
yeah.
It is a little narrow, but veganism is taking off. I don't know how big veganism is how big it is in the Christian community. I know ASMR is getting bigger, so it's kind of like three different departments that combined might not mesh well, but
Yeah.
separately are all good
Yeah.
avenues of you know, kind of bringing in an audience. So
Yeah.
but we're going with Diamond in the Rough. We're going to start that.
Yeah.
All right, so by next Monday, we'll have Diamond in the Rough out there. You guys can start sending in submissions for, you know, kids in Abu Dhabi that are hitting the range. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Out in the desert.
Yeah, out in the middle of nowhere. All right, dope. Well, I do want to get into relationships a little bit. We've been chatting for a while and kind of want to get to know you from a relational standpoint. So I got a few questions for you. My first one, what's your opinion on manscaping for like guys? Have you ever dated a guy who totally shaved his whole body?
Well, personally, I like a guy with like no chest hair, no back hair. I mean, legs, yeah. And facial hair, I don't know. I've never been with a guy that like had to shave those areas. Maybe like shave the little peach fuzz that he's got going on that he thinks is a mustache.
Little pedo stash?
Yeah, exactly.
I
like,
shaved mine right before you got here.
vote for Pedro.
Yeah,
and I'm
vote for
like,
Pedro.
I don't know. Personally, I don't really like body hair on guys.
Okay.
I even like want my boyfriends to not necessarily shave their armpits, but trim it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, take some scissors to it, dude. Like,
okay.
it's long.
Have you ever dated a swimmer?
I liked a swimmer in 8th grade.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't
He
date
probably
him though.
didn't have to shave at that point, though.
No, he was hairless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. I know some swimmers like, or I think once you get to a certain level, you shave everything because it makes you more like aerodynamic. or
Exactly.
something?
Yeah, I've
Is that
never
right?
understood that. Like even the girls will like go the whole season without shaving up until the like huge meet that they have.
Oh, so they're
and
like
then
silky smooth.
yeah. I'm like, how does that work? It's just a few hairs on your
I
body.
know.
Does
Does it really hold you back that much?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't know the science behind that, but I'm sure if they're doing it, they've done some research.
Yeah.
If you could date any celebrity right now, who would it be?
Dwayne Johnson.
Really?
Yeah, I have been in love with him for so long.
I get it. He's a good looking dude. He's absolutely jacked too.
So good looking.
Is that
like
so more so? Is it like skin tone? Is it because he's bald? Is it because he's just massive?
everything about him? I'm just like, oh, The Rock. Like he's so good looking, and like I don't know, he's probably not obviously like this in real life, but like he's in all those action movies and he's just such a badass.
Yeah, he's dope.
And
He's awesome.
so-
He is like the epitome of like an action figure in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Have you always had a crush on him? Like can you think back to like middle school?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I mean, like for Halloween, I would dress up with the black turtleneck and have like
The chain.
The chain. Yeah. Like I was that for meme day once in high school. Like
That's awesome.
Obsessed with him.
That's so funny. I would say if I was going to pick a male celebrity that I have a crush on,
Ryan Gosling.
close, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. That's what Blake
that's what you
Lively's
meant?
husband. I get the two mixed up. But yeah, why is every guy obsessed with him?
I don't know. It's his personality, and he's just like super attractive.
See,
Like,
I don't think he's that attractive.
maybe to males, he's like the epitome of what every guy wants to look like.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
That would make sense.
But I like him for like, I just think he's so funny in every movie.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Like he cracks me up. He's probably my favorite actor right now. Did you see the movie Free Guy?
No, not yet.
It's
Is that the
good.
one where he's like in a video game kind
Yes.
of? Okay, I really want to see that.
I saw it once like by myself, and then I've probably showed like 4 of my friends. So I've watched it like a ton of times, and I just like love it every time I watch it. Still.
That one, he was in a Netflix movie, and I watched it like 10 times because I would be like, we have to watch this with all my friends.
Right.
Some Serious Sick. No.
You talking about Red Notice? Or are you talking about Underground 6?
Underground 6.
Did you like that one?
That is one of my favorite movies.
Really? Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I love film, and like I watch a ton of movies. I tried to watch that one twice, and I couldn't get past the first 20 minutes.
That's because it's just the car chase. It lasts a
whole time.
long
It's
time.
so long.
But even I was still like super invested in the car chase. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really interesting. And then you watch the whole movie and you're like, the plot was really good and the actors were really, really good too. And Ryan Reynolds is good looking, I guess.
The cutest.
But yeah, I'm not that attracted to him. I don't really like blondes or lighter hair.
Okay.
So.
You like no hair.
Okay, no, I don't want a bald guy at all, but
The Rock.
yeah, that is true.
He's an exception though.
Yeah, he's the exception.
Yeah, I get it.
Or like Mr. Clean.
Yeah, I like Mr. Clean too. He's a cutie. How do you feel about seeing couples or even yourself? How do you feel about like PDA or kissing in public?
Keep it to a minimum.
Like
I
a
mean,
peck is fine.
yeah, don't be like fully making out in the middle of
Right.
a crowd and like, you know, rubbing up against each other, grabbing each other's butts, whatever. Like, I don't want to see that.
Love that.
And like, but at the same time, it's like if my boyfriend was doing that to me in public, I'd be like, oh my gosh, he's showing this affection in front of all these people. Like,
Oh, okay. So if
he's
you're-
like claiming territory or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You kind of like a little bit of dominance from a guy.
Yeah,
So if it's you in this situation, you don't mind if he's doing it to you as long as it's not like
inappropriate.
or like way over the top.
Yeah,
But
like
if you're seeing somebody else, it's more like, well, I don't really want to see it, but if you guys are gonna kiss, like who cares?
if it's over the top, I don't want to see it. If it's like a kiss, like hugs, holding hands, that stuff's like totally fine. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you guys are happy? Must be nice. Like,
Screw you.
yeah, I hope you guys find out you're cousins. So,
You're
I don't
related.
know. Yeah.
No, I get it. I'm the same way. I think like seeing people kiss in public doesn't really bother me. Like whatever. Like they're obviously a couple, their relationship, they don't really care about me that much.
Well, yeah.
But if you're at like a club or a bar and you see people just like making out like on the dance floor,
I feel like that's the one public place where it's okay, but I'm still like, I don't want to see that.
I guess I don't really see it anywhere else. I don't catch a lot of people just like totally tongue down each other's throats in like the library.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of taboo to do that.
Yeah, it's a
so,
little weird, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's where you should do it. Like maybe it's just like catches people off guard so much that that's where you get away with it.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet in the shelf behind you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. Might have to try it out.
Yeah.
What quality in a guy are you most attracted to? It can be physical. It can be personality. What stands out to you the most?
When they let other people know that like I'm their girlfriend.
They're like, this is my girlfriend. Like very like claim it.
Yeah.
Proud of it.
It makes me feel a little more secure within the relationship because, like, I don't know, if I'm going out with my boyfriend, he's like, oh, this is Emalee. And they're like, okay, that could just be his friend.
Yeah,
like,
right.
more so with other girls, too. Well,
Okay.
and with guys because I don't want other guys hitting on me when I have a boyfriend.
Right.
But I don't want other girls thinking that my boyfriend's single and that they can go, like, flirt with him, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I have seen dudes, and it's usually like early on in the relationship where they don't like claim it right away. They're like, oh, this is Emalee. Nothing behind it, nothing before it. And it's almost like, are we supposed to know who that is? Like, is it your girlfriend? Is it your sister? Is she visiting? You know,
yeah,
like,
I haven't really experienced that before. Like when I start talking to a guy, I'm pretty straightforward and I'm like, you know what, I like you already. And so if you're going to go do this with other people, then I'm done. Like I know what I want. And if you don't know what you want, then please don't waste my time.
Right.
But like, I don't know, the last guy I talked to within 3 weeks, he was introducing me like, this is Emalee, this is my girl.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And that stood out to you.
It really did. Yeah. I was like, oh, so this guy's like into me enough to let people know, like, I'm interested in this girl, like, stay away.
Right, exactly.
Kinda.
Yeah. You kind of like that protector.
I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you like The Rock, is because he's like the definition of a protector.
Oh, yeah. He could kill someone for me.
Literally. Yeah. That's funny. Would you say, and this is more of like a personal question just for you, would you say looks, especially out of the gate, like right when you meet a guy, are looks more important than personality?
Well, right when I meet someone, I mean, I don't know, like I never want to be rude, like I'll be friends with someone, but if I see a guy that's conventionally like attractive, like in the books, I'd be like, oh, I could see something. But like if their personality is shit, they can't make me laugh or anything,
Right.
then I'm like, you know what, you're not really worth my time. Or if they're not like giving me, if they're not putting an effort to me, but like let's say they're like the hottest guy in the world, I'm like, I don't really care. I mean, like right now I have this guy who's in the NFL who like hit me up and he's like wanting to hang out and like talk to me, but at the same time I'm like, you're so attractive, but the conversation is so dry.
Really?
Like I don't
Just
want
doesn't
to
go anywhere?
Yeah, like I still want to go talk to the guy I was a few weeks ago. Like
Right. That's
I don't know.
funny. I think guys care way more about status than girls do. I think girls are very focused. They're way more personable. They understand that, like, yeah, I might think you're hot at first, but if we start talking after 30 minutes, if the conversation's not going anywhere, I know that the relationship isn't going anywhere either.
Well, yeah, and like back in high school, I dated guys that most wouldn't consider attractive, but I thought they were so attractive because of their personality.
Yeah.
And I was like so into them. And then when we'd break up, all these people would be like, he's not even that attractive. Like, what were you doing? And I was like, he made me happy. Like,
Right.
I thought he was attractive because of his personality.
Yeah, definitely.
And eventually it made me see him physically attractive. So, I don't know. I feel like it's definitely like personality over anything.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, every single episode that we shot so far, I think I've asked that question or something similar to it. And every girl's like, I'll go after like 6s and 7s because I know that they've taken time to develop who they are as a person now. Like they have to either, build a sense of humor or like be spontaneous, be loyal. Like they have to like create these personality traits to be able to stand out to girls. And because of that, their value goes up. And then eventually you find them more physically attractive just because of like who they are as a person.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
so, is that would you say that's pretty common across the floor for like girls? Or do you think that's more specific to like individual girls?
I think it's more specific for like individual girls because I've known people who are like, he's good looking, but he treats me so horribly, but I don't care because he's good looking. We'll make cute kids, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but do you want to be treated like that for the rest of your life? Like
Right.
be cheated on when you guys are married and then divorce and
Heck
then
no.
have to keep that person in your life if you have kids? Like it's just...
No way. That's like the scariest thing to me about thinking about marriage. I think so many people get out of college and like jump into marriage right away. The thing that scares me so much is like 10 years, 15 years down the road, what if things change and she cheats on me? And then we have kids. Like, what do you do in that situation? I don't even know how to process that.
I know. Well, and like even thinking about how like emotionally damaged I've been from just breakups, like
Right.
in high school.
Like
I'm
not
like,
even serious ones.
exactly. Imagine like marrying this person, becoming a part of their family. Like you guys are lawfully tied together.
Right. Same
and,
last
like,
name.
Yeah. And then you guys have kids and you divorce. Like I can't even imagine going through divorce,
Oh my
period,
gosh.
because like after marrying someone and then you guys don't want anything to do with each other, or you're like still so in love and you're like, how am I ever going to find someone else? Especially after marriage. Because like even after like short-term boyfriends, I'm like, I'm never going to find someone else. Like
Right.
this is the most attractive person to me. Like blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like in my bed crying for hours, and I can only imagine how divorce would be, especially if you have kids, because then that person is stuck in your life. You have to communicate, and it's never like good conversation.
No.
And rarely you can find those couples that like still have those good good relationships after a divorce. And then
Yeah, but even those, that would still suck. Like, even if you're still good friends after a divorce, you're still divorced. Like, the kids have to deal with it, even if you're best buddies and he's
like,
over, but he doesn't live there anymore. He's
yeah,
not like
or seeing that person marry someone else.
Oh, man.
And have more kids.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. That would
like
kill.
when I find someone that like I know I'm in love with and I want to have their kids, like if they ever have kids with anyone else, I'm just gonna feel like so worthless,
Right.
in a sense.
It takes a part of you.
Yeah, a giant chunk.
Because they already have a part of your heart, and then once they start giving it away to other people, you're like, is mine even that valuable?
Yeah, like
know
did
what I
you
mean?
actually ever really care?
Right.
But
Dang. Divorce sucks. And it's just increasing every year too, which is crazy to me.
yeah.
But I guess that's just how the direction culture's going. Kind of natural segue into the next question for you. Have you ever cheated on a guy, or has a guy ever cheated on you?
I have never cheated on a guy.
Shout out.
I don't think I could deal with that guilt. Just because when I'm with a guy, I'm so invested in them, like so invested that I like don't even have guy friends. Like I'll rarely talk to guy friends at school or like, but I won't have conversations with them anymore. I don't necessarily cut other people off, but like when I have a boyfriend, I mean, I make them a priority. So like cheating on them, like
just not even imaginable.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever been cheated on. I don't think I have, because there was this one rumor that my last boyfriend did cheat, and like everyone within my city knew about it, and it just made no sense. And I was like, how?
Yeah.
A lot of it was because of TikTok, and we posted a lot, and then that rumor went around, and I was like, well, what's the truth? And him and I are like friends now somehow, even though for a year I was crying myself to sleep over him.
Right.
But he continues to say, no, I didn't cheat on you. But like having that feeling of thinking that he did
Still
was
sucks.
just enough for me to be like, oh my gosh, if I actually got cheated on, like curiosity killed the cat. So I did not ask questions.
Right,
I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
I was like,
Especially
what
if
I
it's
don't know
over.
won't kill me. Ignorance is bliss.
Facts.
Yeah. So
All the catchphrases.
yeah, that was a lot of them.
You've thought about
Yeah.
this. That's funny. Is there anything that you do consistently that would be considered unladylike? Like, is there any habits that you have that are like, oh, I don't really want guys to know this about me? maybe we shouldn't do this on the podcast because people are going to see it. But if you want to answer it, feel free to. If not, I'll cut it out.
My mom has always said that she raised boys, that she
Okay.
didn't raise girls. So like I can be very unladylike.
Are you like a tomboy? Like you like sports? You like hanging out with the
No,
boys?
just in the sense that like I'm gross. Like I can be gross.
Like you pick your nose, flick your...
Everyone picks their nose. I mean, I don't flick it,
Yeah.
but like everyone picks their nose. And
Yeah.
I've asked that question to people. I'm like, you pick your nose, right? And they're like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, good, me too. But like, I don't know. I mean, my friend Colton just earlier was like, yeah, you're a belcher. Like you burp. And I was
burp?
like, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Let them rip.
I mean, in front of like my girlfriends, we're all just, I don't think guys realize how gross girls can actually be. Like,
Probably not, because you guys all put up this persona that like we're supposed to see you as.
we're clean, we're shaved, we got
Right.
like the fancy perfume on, cute outfits.
Always smell good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then like behind closed doors, it's like we're letting it rip. Yeah,
Yeah, right,
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're actually like disgusting. We're gross.
Do you think girls behind closed doors, if they're not in front of guys, do you think girls are grosser than guys are?
Yeah.
Really? Well, I think.
I mean, I don't know what guys do behind
Here's
closed
the
doors.
difference, though. I don't think guys change that much behind closed doors as they do in front of girls.
Okay, yeah, then we're way grosser.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Like, in which ways, other than burping?
Burping, farting, picking our noses. I mean, just like,
Do girls fart in front of each other as a joke?
oh yeah, like we talk about like the shits we take, like
Oh,
in
nice.
full detail. Like,
Pictures, send pictures to each other.
oh yeah, yeah, actually we do, like totally. And like I hear that guys do that, and then we'll be like, ew, that's so gross. But then
Right.
like
But you're
with
like-
our other girlfriends, we're like, yo, look at this shit I just took. Like,
Look at this hot snake.
yeah, literally.
That's geeks. I love it. That's so funny. All right, so it is time for everybody's favorite game called Cute or Cringe. This is how it works. I'm going to read out these prompts to you, and then you have to say either cute, you like it, or cringe, you don't like it.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, first one for you. Cute or cringe? Being a guy for a day.
Cute.
Yeah?
Dude, I'd write my name in the snow. You know what I mean?
In the snow?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you always wanted to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, pee standing up, like, I've tried it when I was younger. I was like, what is it like?
Uh-huh.
But being a guy for a day, I don't know. Like, everyone always wonders, like, what does sex feel like for the opposite
Oh, yeah,
gender?
for sure.
And I'm like, I want to know what it feels like. So,
Right.
I don't know. Do you guys just, like, stick it in anything or?
Yeah, like fruits and, like, is that what you're saying? Or, like, girls?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I meant, yeah, just girls.
Any girl.
No.
No.
No, I don't know. I've thought about it, but I've never like had a desire to like know what it feels like to be a girl, because I think it's like, I don't know, it's like fruity or something to me. Like it just it feels too.
I get what you're
I
saying.
don't know how to describe it without being like demeaning to anybody else. But I've never like wanted to know what it feels like as a girl. I've been curious,
Yeah.
like what does it feel like? I wouldn't want to be in the situation. I don't think I'd want to be a girl for a day, other than to like look in the mirror.
Oh yeah, okay.
And jump.
Yeah. And jump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do some jumping jacks.
Right. I mean, I think everybody has thought about it. I just don't know if I would actually pull trig on it.
Well, and like if I were a guy for a day and I was attractive, I would see like what can I get away with as being an attractive guy? Because you always hear like pretty girls get away with so much.
True.
And so I'm like, what can an attractive guy get away with?
Like flirting
Appropriately.
with girls or like making moves kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, as a girl, like if an attractive guy's flirting with me, I'm going to go for it. So like being in that position of the flirty guy, like am I going to be cocky about it like most guys are? But just see how it works. Like, because you always hear like girls don't go for the nice guys. They go for the guys that are like mean to everyone but nice to them. And so test that out maybe.
Yeah. Interesting. That's good insight. I like that. All right, here's your next one. Cute or cringe? Jake Paul.
Oh, cringe.
Cringe. Not a big Paul guy, huh?
No. I mean, okay, I have a golden retriever named Maverick. And so everyone's like, oh, you watch Logan Paul. And I'm like, no, I don't watch either of them.
Right.
Like I just think both disgusting to me.
What bothers you about them?
His attitude.
But it is marketing. Like you know it's marketing. Like he's not always like that.
I don't know. I mean, like,
You think he is just a total a-hole all the time?
look at him. I mean, and like you hear what other people say about him when
That's
they like
true.
go to expose him, and you're like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that adds up.
Like it fits. I mean, I don't think he's attractive at all. And then on top of that, like the attitude and I don't know, the kind of person he puts himself out as on the internet. It's like, do better, dude.
Yeah.
Like you're just annoying. Like you think it's funny, you think you're cool, like, oh, you're this big millionaire, like
Boxer, YouTube sensation.
yeah, like his ego is huge. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you need to be humbled. Like really humbled. Like you were on Disney Channel for crying out loud.
That is
like,
true.
come on.
He was. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I always think, like, okay, so at first I saw him and I was like, dude, you are like such a tool. Like, I can't stand you. You bug me. And then I started realizing, like, oh, this is a marketing scheme. He's putting up a persona for people to be like hating on him. He's like everybody's favorite villain. You know,
Well,
people
and
who like
yeah,
him.
and like even like hate comments on stuff. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, you want to like hate on my videos, you want to like it because you're making fun of it, like you're making me money,
Right, exactly.
And so I get that he's doing that, but I feel like that's how he is in real life too.
I can
And
see
I'm
that.
like,
Because of all the claims that people have made about him outside of when he's
Yeah.
on camera, it makes sense that maybe he is just like that. Maybe that's his personality.
yeah,
But part of me is like, how much of it is just to make money? Like, is he a
I
nice
hope-
guy ever?
I don't know. I mean, I hope most of it's to make money, but I'm like, dude, you can do it in so many different, like, better ways. Like,
Right.
why is this how you're choosing to do it? Like, you're just,
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if he had like a turnaround, let's say he like just totally transformed his personality, would you buy into it, or would you just always be like, it's still Jake Paul, not a fan?
Still Jake Paul.
Yeah, so he's kind of
Yeah.
lost in the sauce. There's no coming back for you.
Yeah.
So hard cringe.
Hard cringe. Yeah. Like,
Okay.
ooh.
Gotcha. All right, here's your next one. Cute or cringe? Chivalry. Is chivalry dead?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily dead. It's hard to come by now. I mean, traditionally, it's like, oh, guy pays for the first date. Guy pays for almost every meal. Guy buys girls flowers.
Right.
Guy drives to said date. Like, it's always the guy doing the stuff for the girl. And I feel like, me personally, I'm like, I want to do a lot of stuff for the guy I'm with. So I wouldn't say it's dead. I say it's like transitioning in a way over to like, girls can do all that too. And like, I don't know. Like my dad, when he sees a girl driving and the guy's in the passenger seat, he's like, oh, what a tool. Like, why isn't he driving? And I'm like, Dad, like, girls can drive guys around. Like, it's okay. And he was like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, just he's traditional.
Yeah, he's very traditional.
Do you think chivalry is cute, or is it not that big of a deal to you?
I think it's cute. Usually, like, when I go on a date with a guy, I'm like, well, at least let me pay half. And if they're like, no, like, I'm paying, I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, you can pay. Like, that's cute. That's sweet.
Right.
But a lot of girls don't like that. They're like, why would you offer to pay? Like, I can pay too. And I'm like, whoa.
Chill.
Yeah.
He's trying to be cool.
Like, he's just being nice.
Yeah. I guess it's the same thing though. Like if I took a girl on a first date and I was planning on paying for it, and she was like, "No, I'm paying for the whole thing," I would kind of be like, "Okay, like chill. Like I want to pay for it." You know what I mean?
Well,
if
yeah,
you take it
like-
away from the guy, it's almost like
I think it also depends, like, who asked to on the date.
facts.
If I'm asking a guy to go on a date with me, then I'm paying. I'm
Yeah.
not going to go and have him pay and give me a free meal and then find out I don't like him. And then he's like, oh, she asked me to go on this date, made me pay, and then she doesn't even want to talk to me. Blah,
Facts.
blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm always like thinking ahead into the future. I'm like, how is this going to pan out for me?
Smart. That's smart.
And I'm not always right. And I get hurt.
I mean,
but
nobody's always right? But
yeah.
I think that's a really good idea though, because we had talked about it on a past podcast too. If you're gonna ask somebody, I was always very adamant about, if I'm gonna ask you on a date and I don't know who you are, like we're not friends yet, we're just kind of two strangers who think each other's cute. Why would we not pay 50-50? Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. And then I had a girl on the podcast and she was saying, if you're gonna ask me on a date though, and I'm gonna go with, you should assume that you're gonna pay for the meal. Because like I didn't ask you. You know what I mean? I was gonna probably chill with my girlfriends, have a glass of wine tonight. But you asked me out. I decided to come out with you. Don't you think it's like, it makes sense that you'd pay for the meal? And it actually kind of changed my mind. I was like, you know what? You're right. If I'm going to ask a girl out, I should expect to pay for the meal.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think whoever asks, honestly. But if it's like a mutual, like, yeah, we should go on a date together. Like, or like, let's just go get lunch or go get food. Like, pay for your own meal. Or like, if you want to be nice, offer if you want to. But I don't know. Like, I had a guy who I was talking to, and he thought that just going out to lunch was a date. And I was like, we're just grabbing food. Like, this isn't going out to like a fancy dinner. So it's also like, what do you consider a date?
Yeah, I guess.
So
if you have to like define that though, I feel like you got, you know, weird kinks in your relationship then, because it shouldn't be that serious. Like, it shouldn't be an issue either way.
Yeah, like, and let's just hang out and eat.
Literally.
Like,
grab Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
All right, here's your next one. Cute or cringe? Scandy Halloween costumes on other girls.
Oh, I think it's cringe.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's always that like one, what is it? That one quote from Mean Girls, and it's like, Halloween is the one night a year where girls can go full out slut and like blah, 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 and everyone's fine with it. And I don't know. I don't like it. I don't want to see other girls' asses, but I realize that they're not really doing it. I mean, they're doing it for themselves, but they're also doing it for the guys at the party. Because when I've done it, I'm like, oh yeah, I look good. But then I get to the party and I'm like, I feel naked. I don't want all these guys watching me. But I think it's cringe because, I don't know, being a girl, I know a lot of the like deeper meaning behind it. A lot of girls are always like, oh, you think we do this for the guys? Like, we're doing it for ourselves. And I'm like, okay, in reality though, like, I have personally done it just for the guys. Right. And I'm like, I don't like it in the end of the night. And I feel gross the next day. And I'm like, I can't, like, what did I post? Like, why was I almost naked? And so I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that from now on.
I've heard like a lot of girls say that before. It's like, oh, like, I'm not putting on makeup to impress guys. I'm doing it because I feel good about myself. And I'm like, I'm sure that you believe that, or a part of you believes that. But are you really not putting on makeup to look pretty so that guys say, she's pretty? Isn't that the whole objective? Don't guys work out and look good so that girls go, wow, he's hot, he's attractive, he looks good? Yeah, I mean, obviously it's for me, it's for my health. But at the end of the day, I want to look good so that eventually I find a girl who says, he's hot, I want to date him or get to know him better.
Yeah, I definitely
think it's the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like working out and makeup are a little different though.
True.
Like makeup, it's like,
there's not really a health benefit to it, I guess.
Well, and you always hear a lot of guys and it's like, oh, makeup should be illegal, like shape shifting, whatever. And I'm like, whoa, okay, like yeah, you yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Like, oh, these girls are catfishing us. And I'm like, they look pretty, and like you were asking earlier, like looks over personality, which is it? And honestly, just get to know the girl. Like, yeah, we love doing makeup because we like to look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, oh my gosh, I look pretty, I feel confident. But like with your argument, you're like, I feel comfortable with myself, so that's why I'm doing it. Like, I do it for me. It's like, okay, but then why aren't you going out without makeup?
Right.
If you're so comfortable. And like, I get everyone has their own insecurities, and like, I'm not trying to bash on that. Like, I have my own insecurities. Like,
everybody does.
I'm wearing makeup right now to cover those up, like little pimples or whatever. And like, I think makeup's like an art. Like,
why some
can't
of this,
it be? Yeah, some of the stuff these girls are doing on their face, like looking in a mirror, like they've got their hands all like here, and I'm like, how are you doing that? Yeah. Like, I could never. And I'm like, props to you. Like, you look amazing. Right. Me personally, though, I'm like, if I'm gonna wear makeup, it's so another guy thinks I'm attractive.
Right. Yeah.
Like when I know I'm not hanging out with a bunch of people, I'm like, no makeup. I only wear makeup when I go out, which I guess is what a lot of girls do. So
I would say so. I think what you get to an issue though, I hear about girls who literally have to wake up before the guy to put makeup on because they don't want them to like see her without makeup on. Like, I think even down the road, like years into a relationship. And I'm like, is that an issue? Should that be an issue? Or is that just who they are? Like, they just wake up, put their makeup on every single day, and then that's just who I perceive them as? Or like, is there underlying issues? And do you think it's like a personal thing? Like, it's kind of individual?
I think it's very, very individual.
Yeah,
like,
I think so too.
That's definitely not something you can like group people into, but I think that would stem from like insecurity.
Probably. Yeah.
Like,
definitely,
I have friends who like full face of makeup every single day. And I'm like, I never say anything about it, but in my head I'm like, I mean, is it like tiring?
Yeah.
Or like they won't want to go sleep over at a guy's house because they're like, no, like I can't take my makeup off, but I don't want to sleep in my makeup. Like I'm not gonna do that. And I'm like, okay, but you're beautiful without makeup.
Right.
Like this is the face God gave you. So
yeah, hopefully he
like,
likes you without the makeup too.
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Eventually.
I mean, yeah, if you're married and you're sleeping in the same bed together.
Right.
He's gonna see you without makeup
at some point, hopefully.
Yeah, but like I don't know, if you want to do makeup and like look good for other people outside, like go for it. But people are gonna notice if you're wearing a full face.
Right.
So
facts. All right, here's your next one. Cute or cringe? The Go Little Rockstar TikTok trend. You know what that is?
I do know what that is.
It's like the Go Little Rockstar.
Yeah,
I know it has
think
like
of the videos under it though.
There's like I think there's like some satirical, and then there's some that are like, some of them are based on like guys talking about their girls, like doing something, and then they say it to them.
Okay. Actually, yeah,
I think
it's 50-50. There's one where I saw, and it was this guy making it about his girlfriend, and it's like the girlfriend's like, oh, I ate 3 meals today, and he's like, go little rock star, and I'm like,
it's kind of sad.
I'm like, oh my gosh, why are you posting that, first of all, about your girlfriend who can finally eat 3 meals? Like, proud of her. Like, yeah, eat 3 meals a day. Be healthy.
Be doing that, right.
But why are you posting that? Like, I hope you asked for her permission, first of all, because, like, what if she doesn't want people to know that she may have an eating disorder?
Right.
But I'm, like, also see videos where it's, like, about a dog. And it's, like, go little rock star. I'm like, oh, see, that's cute. Right. But, like, relationship-wise, I'm like, what?
I guess it depends on the motive behind the video, but it can be cute or it can be cringy. So it's kind of 50-50.
Yeah, but like...
It's a little too broad.
Yeah, it's very broad because, I mean, every sound has such different videos underneath it. Right. So it's like, you can't really categorize that as cute or cringe. But, I don't know, the boyfriend one about the girlfriend, like, it really depends. Like, she ate 3 meals today. Go little rock star. I'm like, don't make a video about it, dude.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't like those ones, especially like exposing your significant other, or like even there's like certain TikTok pages that are focused on like the girlfriend boyfriend relationship is like really crummy, or like they just like pick on each other all the time, bully each other. I haven't seen that. Really? There's one that's kind of funny, but most of them that I watch bug the crap out of me. Like the one that's kind of funny though is the blonde girl whose boyfriend's name is like Vincent.
Oh, I know. I love them.
I like them. But there's people who like do videos like that where they just like bug the crap out of each other and they like prank each other and they're always just.
And I'm like, is this like how your guys' real relationship is? Is it for the videos? Like, right. They're like, this is toxic. Yeah, like that's like kind of scares me.
I always skip those ones. The Vincent ones those crack me up. Yeah. I think part of it is his accent, but.
Well, yeah, like he's Italian. Like he's obviously going to be like that. But I've seen them like have to post videos and they're like, guys, like this is a joke. Like none of this is real. We do it for the content. Right. So, and I'm like, yeah. I think you have to be careful because you can think a lot of people will be like, oh, he's abusing you. Like, why are you letting him talk to you like that? She's like, I love him. Every relationship is different. So like, I don't know, all these like TikTok couples, like I'll see them then post a breakup video and everyone's like, no, I don't believe in love. And I'm like, do not post your relationships on the internet.
Right. It gets sticky because then more people's lives get invested into your guys' lives. Mm-hmm. And then it makes it tougher.
Yeah, with the guy I dated senior year, like I would make videos with him and all these girls would go and request to follow him. And then it made me feel even more insecure. And I was like, okay, I'm never doing that again. Right. Yeah, like keeping some privacy within your relationships is important because it's you two in the relationship. It's not the whole world. It's not the 500,000 followers I have. Like those people don't, no, those people don't matter within my relationship because behind closed doors, those people don't. Right. They're not there in the relationship. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, facts. Totally agree. All right, here's your last one. Cute or cringe? Your first 5 Instagram posts.
Cringe. Yeah. If anyone says cute, then they're wrong. They're lying to themselves. No, I remember my very first Instagram post was me in, I think, 7th grade. And I'm wearing like skinny jeans, like knee-high, like heel boots.
Some Miss Me's. You're probably wearing some Miss Me's.
Yep.
Like an Abercrombie & Fitch shirt or something.
The like Justice tank top that has like the lace, super bright color, and I'm standing Bedazzled. There. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, what was my caption? It was like, my best friend told me to post this. Haha. And like, it's just so bad. I don't remember the next 5, but it was just.
You just know.
Horrible selfies with like the dog filter from Snapchat. Right. Yeah.
On the bus.
Yeah. Or like a picture of a flower that I like am super zoomed in. It's blurry. There's so many different filters on it.
Right.
Like all of it was so bad. So very cringe.
I had issues when I was like just started on Instagram. I would always like take pictures with my eyebrows raised. I'd just be like,
yes, I could not take good selfies for the life of me.
I looked so dumb, but
like,
I thought it looked good.
Yeah, you have your phone up. You're like,
I know.
Like the mom selfie now is what it's considered. Yeah.
Those are funny.
And now I know how to take a selfie.
Yeah, same. Well, kind of, I guess. I don't really know.
Some selfie love.
I don't take selfies very often. I wouldn't say I take them.
I feel like guys don't take them as much. And if a guy does, it's like kind of weird to a girl. They're like, wow, you're like kind of self-obsessed. But then girls are taking like hundreds of selfies a day.
Right.
But like when a guy does it, it's like, that's weird.
That's kind of weird. Is your phone loaded with selfies?
Yeah.
Really? Like most of them nobody's ever seen?
I usually post them.
Oh, okay.
I think. I don't know.
Selfies over group pics on Instagram? For you personally?
I would post more group pics if I had more. I don't usually take group pictures. I usually take selfies, or like I'll have my friend take pictures of me to post.
Oh, gotcha.
But like I'll look at Instagrams that people have, and there's like all these groups of people, and I'm like, dang, I wish I had photos like that to post.
Right, yeah.
So
I think that's more of a guy thing anyways. Like group pics, dudes getting together. If we're going to take a picture, we might as well have like 4 or 5 of us together. Because like you said, we don't really take selfies.
Yeah.
And we don't like have a friend like, let's go downtown Tempe and like do a picture, like a photo shoot.
Yeah, and
Just
girls
me.
are like that all the time. We're like,
we don't do that.
Let's go take photos Tuesday. And we're like, oh, where are we going to go? And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a parking garage over there. Like,
we'd
that's
rather
about
just
it.
like watch
Like,
football
we
and
get
stuff.
ready. We like choose different outfits. We bring it all. Like, we find a location, and then we find a different location. And we're like all over the place. And we're like, if we change our outfit now, we can post this photo later. I'm like, I was like that. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, why do I care?
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I think about that a lot, actually. Like girls who post consistently on Instagram, like I try to, but more so for like, I don't know, business aspects now. And I'm still terrible at it. I'll post like once every 3 weeks. Girls are posting like every single day or have like Instagram stories every single day. I'm like, nobody's paying you to do this. What is your motivation behind it? Just the very temporary, like people sliding up saying like you look cute, or like the validation.
I think it's definitely the validation.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is a crazy buy-in for like not that much payout. But I don't know. Girls and guys are so different. It's crazy.
I know. I kind of just want to jump into a guy's mind and just
see what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. There's not a whole lot going on, to be honest. We're pretty simplistic. Like, you know the nothing box?
Very simple creatures, yes.
Have you heard of the nothing box?
No.
Where like guys can literally not, like, we can get into a zone where we're not thinking about anything. Like just not thinking about anything. It's like physically impossible for girls.
Is that like you guys don't think about anything when you're hurting girls? Is that how it is?
What do you mean, like emotionally?
I don't know. Yeah, like with like
probably. I mean,
I don't know, with breakup. Like every time I've been broken up with, I'm the one that's crying, and they're just like, "Sorry."
No, that seems more like hidden emotions. Like they have some underlying issues. Nothing box is more like I can sit here and not think about anything. Just like, especially if I'm in a class.
But it's impossible to think about nothing.
It's not though. Like, you can literally think about nothing as a guy. I'm not even kidding. You can, like, sit here and just, like...
Yeah, but, like, you're looking at stuff, like, you're...
Not processing anything. You can literally go into nothingness. And girls are always like, what? And it's because the way that our brains are different, but it's like a thing.
Yeah, because, well, I don't... That makes no sense. Like, I'm always overthinking something. Oh, I wish I could think about nothing a lot. Like, there's sometimes I wish I wasn't thinking about stuff that I was. Dang.
I think there's a statistic that says, like, if girls think about, like, 30,000 thoughts in a day, guys think, like, about 10,000. Like, we think about, like, a third less than you guys.
So there really is nothing up there. Makes a lot of sense.
I know. Clears a lot of things up, right? Well, that was your last cute or cringe question, and that's actually the end of the podcast. That wraps it up. So thanks so much for being here. I had a blast today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was really, really fun, actually.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks so much for watching Birdwatching. We will catch you next Monday. Peace.
Peace.
Science teacher talking about the South, and I guess I'm doing